unusual as it is, today I have a romance.
Oh, something different.
Yes, it's one day. It's Anne Hathaway and Jim Sturgis. I didn't know who he was before I saw the movie. He's really a very good actor. But it's a story about a couple who they go to college together in England. And on graduation, they're just friends, you know, as a group with the crowd. But graduation night, they're out partying, and these two hook up. And they only have that one night, and after that, they become good friends, but they never really see each other again, because she's like a struggling writer. She stays in London, and he's a charmer. He's like a bon vivant guy. He thinks that everybody's in love with him. He's always looking for a good time and what have you. But they stayed friends, so they made a pact that they would see each other once a year and get together. Now, he winds up being on television like a MC of like a music show. And of course, she's in a restaurant. She's still struggling, writing her poetry and what have you. She's always been in love with him. From day one, the first night they hooked up, she's always been in love with him. There's always been like a little buzz between them. And then finally, after 20 years, but a lot of stuff happens in between. His life is almost wasted. She always stays on the good and narrow, you know. But he gets involved in drugs and drinking. He gets married, and that's a mess. And
do they age them?
Not really. No, because they meet, you figure they're 18, 19, and then they're, what are they, like 38, 39?
Yeah, I guess.
But it's like 2 decades later by the time they finally realize that they're in love with each other. Mm-hmm. It's like it's a fabulous story. You're going to cry throughout and forget the ending. I'm not even going to say, I'm not going to get involved.
Of course, you wouldn't tell the end.
But it's like so out of the realm of reality. This is something you would not even think is going to happen.
Ooh, so, makes you want to see it, doesn't it?
It's one day, and as it says, an epic must-see romance. It's really, really... And how many people that are good friends that wind up getting married down the road? They do. So come in and see it. It's a beautiful romance.
Okay. I'm going to talk about a Canadian TV series called Sue Thomas, f.b.eye, and they cross off the I in f.b.eye and put e.y.e. Sue Thomas exists in real life. She is deaf, and she's played by Deanna Bray, who is also deaf. Mm-hmm. But she can read lips so well. She starts out her career just wanting to take anything in the f.b.eye, but she's so sharp and she's so good that right away she rises up. Oh, okay. And she's the type of a person who takes diverse people that you would work with and kind of pulls them together. She's like a glue. There's a lot of sexual tension between her and the lead agent, Yannick Bisson, who, if you've seen the Murdoch Mysteries, he's the lead in that. He's a really good Canadian actor. A little on the short side, but it doesn't seem to matter. And she has a dog, Levi, and you fall in love with Levi, and a roommate who also works with her. But what it does is it follows, you know, one case after the other. Mm-hmm. So you have that element in it, and each one is different. But her character, she is so beautiful. And in one of the episodes, the real Sue Thomas comes into the story. She makes an appearance, and she's an actress. So they've kind of like changed off. For years, I've tried to get this for the library, but I wasn't able to. They didn't release it, and when they released it, I thought, oh my goodness, I have to get this. So you want to see Sue Thomas, f.b.eye, with the I spelled E-Y-E.
Different. Mm-hmm. My next movie is The Unknown. Mm-hmm. It's not a romance. It's Liam Neeson, who I absolutely adore.
Yeah, I do too.
And January Jones, who she has bit parts now in it, the lead star in Mad Men. That's the big rage now.
Oh,
yes. The TV series
I love
Mad Men.
Mad Men, yes.
But he travels to, I believe it's France, and he's a scientist, so he's there to give a conference.
I saw this.
So he gets to the airport, and somehow his briefcase gets mixed up with somebody else's, and make a long story short, there's chases, there's all sorts of nonsense going on, and he winds up in a car accident. He gets in a cab to go back to the hotel because he had dropped his wife off at the hotel before he realized, oh, my briefcase is missing. He goes back to the airport. Now he doesn't have his briefcase coming back. He's in the cab. There's all sorts of mayhem then, car accidents and what have you. He winds up in the hospital in a coma. Initially, he can't remember who he is. Then he does remember, and he said, and they're saying, well, you don't know who you are, what have you, the doctors. He said, no, my wife is staying at the hotel. Anyway, he goes to the hotel. She doesn't know who he is. He goes to some of his colleagues that he's supposed to do this conference with, and they say, we don't know who you are either. Ergo, the title unknown. What goes on from there? So the entire movie is him trying to prove who he is. And as you know, with all Liam Neeson's movies, the endings are always not
dynamic.
What you think it's going to be.
Not at all.
It is a fabulous, edge of the seat,
Yep.
biting the nails movie. It's unknown, and it's
With
Liam
a
Neeson.
twist at the end
Oh, a
that
twist.
you could not
No.
even imagine.
No, absolutely not. No matter
Yeah.
what you thought, no. Good movie. Unknown, Liam Neeson.
Okay. My last one today is called The Killing, and it's got a subtitle of Who Killed Rosie Larson? And the main characters are a woman who is the lead detective on trying to find out who killed Rosie Larson, and her sidekick, a new guy that's just come in, who came out of the cold. He was a undercover drug cop who got hooked on drugs. So he had to get clean, and they had to take him out of that squad and put him in, and they put him in with her. Their relationship is rocky and stormy. They're very unlike each other, but as the show goes along, and it's one of those shows that each episode adds to one storyline.
Oh, okay.
It's not a different storyline on each episode. There's a politician who comes into it, and the light shines on him as a possible murderer of Rosie Larson, because the car that was used to kill her or whatever belonged to his campaign, and he's running for some big office. So everything, I think, governor, everything in his life is all toward him being elected to this office. Of course, they don't want the light to shine on him during this time as far as a suspect in a murder.
Right. There goes his election.
But it's one of those things that draws you in and grabs you and it takes hold of you.
Is there a romance between these two?
No,
Oh.
there is no
Just
romance. Nope. And in fact, she's engaged to be married to this guy, and she's going to move. This is her last case. But she keeps being drawn in, and she has a son, and she doesn't spend any time with him, and so she has problems with him. He's
Okay,
about 13, because she just doesn't spend, because she's into this murder. My husband, who is not really a computer kind of guy, went online, and there's a website where you can go into Rosie's room and examine for clues, and he found a clue in her
Oh, no
room.
kidding.
Yes, it was very cool. So this is The Killing, and this is the complete first season. It ends on an unresolved note,
Always,
somewhat.
always.
So if you need resolution, you're not going to get it here, but there is a season 2. So it could be that it's resolved there or whatever, but I highly recommend The Killing, subtitled Who Killed Rosie Larson.
So these are great movies.
I think so.
So where do you go to get
I
them?
would have no idea. Where do you think we could do that?
Well, let's see. I'm thinking you could come into the Monroe Free Library
And check it out.
Do you have 2 British movies?
This
You're
is
as bad as I
Canadian.
am.
This is Canadian.
Same thing.